When you ask, is it valuable, you're creating doubt into whether or not this whole creation is even worth sharing. But when you ask, does it work enough to share it in this state, for example, and I'll formulate the question even better at some point. I'll think about this more. But you're asking, is it ready? In a way, you're not asking, is it valuable? Is it ready? Let's keep it simple. Is it ready or is it valuable? When you say, is it valuable, you're creating doubt. If you're saying, is it ready, the question is not whether it's valuable or not, because you know it is. The question I'm asking is it ready from that angle? In terms of the flow, is it ready? In terms of the music, is it ready? In terms of the mix, is it ready? I'm just going to walk through them sequence, just step by step, asking the same person or different people, depending on their expertise, or even as an audience member. But I'll ask for one thing at a time. Is this part ready? Is that part ready? I am not questioning whether it's valuable. I know it's valuable. This is my baby, this is my creation, and I know it's good. And I know I have the good intention of sharing it because I want to inspire people, I want to help people. That's not my question. I will not doubt my creation, because when I instill doubt in my creation, I'm instilling doubt in the gifts that were given to me by my unconscious mind. And I'm doubting the unconscious mind's ability in giving me creative ideas. And when you instill doubt in another human that's trying to help you, they stop helping you. That's another way of doing it as well. That's another way of looking at it. So the mind stops giving you ideas, not because you didn't capture it, but now you're doubting that it's even worth having. It's like you're telling your mind, the gift you gave me might not even be worth having. I used it, but it wasn't as useful as I thought it was. You didn't pick out a good gift for me, kind of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So changing the question, instead of is it valuable, to is it ready? That's it. And Michael Port and Amy Port from Heroic Public Speaking, they talk about something related to, they never tell you, they never look at whether something is good or bad, ever. Everything is a process, but what they look for what works and what can we improve. What is working and what can we improve? What is currently working and what can be improved in the process? There's something that can be working perfectly, so we don't need to touch it, but this needs improvement. We can improve this. It's an indirect way of saying what's good and how can we make it better, or what's bad and how can we make it good. But just by eliminating what's good and what's bad, it changes the game, because your focus really is on improvement. When you're focusing on what's good, what's bad, you want to make it better. But you're framing it in a way that destroys your willingness to even improve it in the first place. But when you say, what is working and what can I improve, that changes the game. And this is one of the things they taught us in public speaking, but this is another thing that I think is valuable to be utilized in people's lives. Don't look at what that person did wrong. It's like, no, that was a mistake. If you're teaching someone, don't look at what was bad or what was good. What worked, what is working, and what can we improve? You don't want to break the spirit of a child, and you don't want to break the spirit of an adult, because we still have feelings too. And there are teachers that are more careful with children than they are with adults. My question is why? It's like, are we made of stone when we get older? We still have emotions. We still need to be handled with care, like that bottle of water. We need to be handled with care, like we're worth $1 million, $100 million. Because that will make us connect with others, and that will make us bring out the value in ourselves more, because you encouraged me simply, not by telling me that I can do better. You can do that. But simply by not telling me what was wrong. I automatically want it to be better. I want to give more. I want to do more. You didn't point out the flaws that breaks me. You ignored sharing that because it's irrelevant.
I'm learning that it's important to make sure that when people come in your space, in your bubble, you let them know that I'm good over here. Not that I don't want you, because I do, but I don't possess you. Not that I want you to roam and go cheat on me. Not that I want you to roam and go talk to 10 other people, but because you will learn to love me in this space. I can only pray that you respect me enough to stay, to be here with me. And if anything ever changes, I also hope with the same tongue, with the same breath, that you respect me enough to be honest with me about where you are mentally.
I think her name was Lera Broditsky.
Okay.
I hope I didn't butcher the name. She had a TED Talk, and she was talking about how language shapes the way you think. And one thing she was mentioning is the difference between English and Spanish. And if somebody suddenly accidentally tipped over a glass, the question, the statement in English is, let's say, Sam broke the glass. In Spanish is the glass broke, as in the glass broke itself or the glass broke. Mm-hmm. Because it's accidental, so when you say Sam broke the glass, that might mean intentional or accidental. But if it was accidental, you need to specify Sam broke the glass accidentally or by accident. In Spanish, because it's by accident, they don't even have to mention the name. The glass broke. Who broke it is insignificant. It doesn't matter. I'm not even going to tell you who it is. So if somebody saw that, came into the room, I'm just going to say the glass broke. I'm not going to point fingers. I'm not going to blame. Because even though it's not really blaming in English, when you say Sam broke the glass by accident, there's still the accusatory sense. And the person feels like, okay, that's the person that caused it. But in Spanish, they don't do that. And it's just the way you look at it, the way you phrase it. You cut out what is not necessary. So in that case, cut out what is wrong. Don't use that term. What works? What's working? And what can we improve? That changes the game.
This is Jason Campbell from Zen Wellness, and if you are 33 or under, I'm talking to you right now. In the last teaching, we spoke about the elements, the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, water, which is a repeating pattern in nature. It's not literal wood, literal fire, it's metaphor. And the phases of life, because 0 to 8 is the springtime, everything is new, wood element, but now you're in the fire element and the fire phase. And what you really need to do is you have until right about around age 33, you're going to go through a season change, and you need to prepare yourself for that. And part of the preparation is you want to start to cultivate and think of yourself as becoming a realized man or a realized woman. Now, staying with the 5 element phase or thinking and philosophy that we teach is there's 5 elements of personal development: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and then financial. And so it's very wise to take a look at your development from all those 5, because if you neglect some of these, you get beat up. If you are, have the strong body, but your emotions are all out of whack, well, then maybe we need to work on some emotions. You better do some meditation, do some yoga, do some Tai Chi, do some Qigong, that type of thing. Maybe you have good emotions and your body is strong, but your finances are all out of whack, that you never really practiced financial mastery, you never really got direction in some of the finances. So then we want to start to take some of that and start to look at it. But start to do the visualization that we teach of, at age 33, the man or the woman that you want to become, and then start to move towards that.
It's great if somebody has an amazing education, but I know from my own experience and my own life and other people that I work with, that you don't have to have a degree to have value or to, be of tremendous worth to different businesses. That street smarts, that experience, that just kind of internal, kind of creative know-how is just as valuable as a degree.
Every business is tough, right? There's no business where there's not someone trying to kick your ass. You know, that's the beauty of business. That's why I love it. It's the ultimate competition. I say it all the time. Business is the ultimate sport. Except instead of playing 48 minutes like an NBA game, it's played 24 by 7 by 365 by forever, and you have unlimited competition that you don't even know who they are more often than not. And in that world, and that's the way it's always been, and that's the way it always will be, in that world, you have to prepare, you have to grind, you have to work. There are no shortcuts. You just got to do it, you know? And if you can't do it, please be in some of my businesses so I can kick your ass.
I love this because in my 12 years of business, my only competition has ever been the man in the mirror. I get up every morning, I grind hard, I think about how I can be more successful, put more energy into efficiency, and grow my team every single